For years, Tesla was the only name that mattered in the electric vehicle world, but that era is officially over. Right now, Chinese giants are producing smarter, cheaper, and faster cars at a scale we've never seen before. From $10,000 daily drivers to high-tech luxury beasts, China hasn't just joined the race, they are winning it. Let's look at the numbers that should keep every Western CEO awake at night. For over a decade, Tesla wasn't just a car company, it was a symbol of the future. Elon Musk did the impossible. He made electric vehicles cool, fast, and desirable. In the eyes of the American public, Tesla was the undisputed king. But while we were watching SpaceX launches and Cybertruck delays, something massive was happening on the other side of the globe. It's 2025 and the data is in. The crown isn't just slipping, it's being taken. In late 2024 and throughout 2025, a historic shift occurred. For the first time, Chinese giant BYD surpassed Tesla in quarterly revenue. Think about that. A company most Americans couldn't name 5 years ago is now out-earning the most valuable car brand in history. But this isn't just about one company. This is about an entire nation that decided to own the future of transportation. Today we're going deep. We'll look at the brutal price wars, the secret of vertical integration, and the technological leaps that make a $20,000 Chinese EV look like a luxury spaceship compared to a Model 3. Is Tesla's reign over? Let's find out. Let's look at the battlefield. In October 2025 alone, BYD sold a record-breaking 500,000 vehicles in a single month. To put that in perspective, Tesla struggles to hit that number in an entire quarter. In China, the world's largest auto market, Tesla's market share has plummeted. In 2020, they owned a massive chunk of the EV space. By late 2025, that share has shrunk to around 4 to 6%. Why? Because the great transition is happening. Chinese domestic brands now control over 70% of their home market. And it's not just China anymore. Look at Southeast Asia, South America, and even Europe. In Brazil and Thailand, BYD and Great Wall Motors are already the #1 EV brands. Tesla is increasingly being backed into a corner where it only dominates the US luxury segment, but even there, the walls are closing in. Elon Musk often talks about first principles thinking, but China took that concept and turned it into a factory the size of a city. The biggest advantage China has isn't cheap labor, it's vertical integration. Take BYD as an example. They started as a battery company. Today they produce their own semiconductors, their own motors, and most importantly, their own batteries. They even own the ships that transport their cars across the ocean. When Tesla wants to lower prices, they have to squeeze their suppliers. When BYD wants to lower prices, they just adjust their internal margins. This is how they release the Seagull, an EV that costs under $10,000 in China, but still offers 200 miles of range and a modern interior. Tesla has been promising a $25,000 car for years, but in China, that's already considered an expensive entry-level car. You cannot talk about EVs without talking about batteries. China currently controls nearly 80% of the global battery supply chain. In 2025, Chinese battery output exceeded 1,000 gigawatt-hours. The secret weapon is the LFP, lithium iron phosphate, battery. These batteries don't use cobalt, making them cheaper and safer. While Western companies were chasing high-nickel batteries for maximum range, Chinese firms like KTL and BYD perfected LFP. The result? They now have batteries that can charge from 0 to 80% in just 10 to 15 minutes. They have batteries that can last for 1 million miles. Because China controls the raw materials and the refining process, they have a cost advantage that is mathematically impossible for Tesla to beat right now. For years, Tesla's software was its moat. But look at what's happening now. Companies like Xiaomi and Huawei have entered the car market. Xiaomi, a smartphone giant, launched its SU7 Ultra and achieved 100,000 sales faster than almost any startup in history. In China, the car is seen as an extension of your digital life. While Tesla's interior is minimal and sleek, Chinese EVs offer built-in karaoke machines, massive rotatable screens, and AI assistants that actually work. More importantly, the speed of innovation is terrifying. While Tesla takes 4 to 5 years to refresh a model, Chinese brands are doing it every 12 to 18 months. By the time the new Model 3 Highland hit the market, it was already facing 3 or 4 superior competitors from Zeekr, NIO, and Xiaomi that offered more range and better tech for less money. The final phase of this takeover is global. In 2025, China officially became the world's largest auto exporter, surpassing Japan. They aren't just sending cars, they are building factories in Hungary, Italy, Brazil, and Mexico. The U.S. has tried to stop this with 100% tariffs on Chinese EVs, but that only protects the domestic market. In the rest of the world, Africa, the Middle East, Latin America, Chinese EVs are winning because they are the only ones offering affordable electric mobility to the masses. While Tesla focuses on the high-end Cybertruck, China is focused on the other 6 billion people on Earth who need a car for under $25,000. That is where the war will be won. So, is it game over for Tesla? Not quite. Tesla still has the best charging network in the US and some of the most efficient manufacturing in the world, but the myth of Tesla versus everyone else is dead. It is now China versus the world, and Tesla is just one of many players trying to survive. The lesson here is simple. You cannot win a tech war with a head start alone. You need to innovate faster than your rivals. As we move into 2026, the pressure on Elon Musk is higher than ever. We've talked about cars and batteries, but let's talk about where the rubber meets the road, the infrastructure. For years, the supercharger network was Tesla's unfair advantage. In the US, it still is. In China and Europe, the charging war has reached a level that looks like science fiction. BYD has just launched their 5-minute flash charge technology. We are talking about gaining 250 miles of range in the time it takes to order a latte. While Tesla's V4 superchargers are impressive, they are being outpaced by Chinese megawatt charging stations that deliver double the power. And then there is NIO. While the rest of the world is arguing about plug standards, NIO has perfected battery swapping. Imagine pulling into a station and in less than 3 minutes, a robotic arm swaps your empty battery for a fully charged one. No waiting, no battery degradation worries. As of late 2025, NIO has performed millions of these swaps, creating an ecosystem where the car is never dead. Tesla's vision was a world of chargers. China's vision is a world where you never have to think about charging at all. They are turning EVs into a seamless part of the urban power grid, even using cars to feed electricity back into homes during peak hours. This isn't just a car race anymore, it's an energy race, and Tesla is fighting it with a 10-year-old strategy. Now you might be thinking, if Chinese cars are so good, why don't I see them in Los Angeles or New York? The answer is simple: politics. In 2025, the trade war has reached a boiling point. The U.S. has imposed 100% tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles to protect Detroit and Tesla. Europe has followed suit with its own set of duties. But here's the irony. These tariffs might actually be hurting Tesla more than they help. By blocking competition, Western markets are creating an innovation bubble. While Chinese consumers get better tech for $20,000, American consumers are stuck paying $45,000 for aging designs. Meanwhile, Chinese companies are simply building factories in Mexico, Hungary, and Italy to bypass these taxes. Tesla used to be the disruptor. Now it is the one being protected by government walls. But history shows that you cannot tariff your way to innovation. While Tesla hides behind these trade barriers in the US, it is losing the real world, the markets in Brazil, India, and Southeast Asia where there are no 100% tariffs to save them. In those neutral territories, the verdict is already in. China is the new default. For 5 years, the world has been waiting for the Model 2, the $25,000 Tesla that would bring electric driving to the masses. But as we sit here in late 2025, that car is still a ghost. In its place, we have the Cybertruck, a $100,000 luxury tank that, while cool, does nothing for the average family. While Tesla focused on cool, China focused on mass. BYD's Seagull and Dolphin models have flooded the global market. These aren't just cheap cars, they are well-built, safe, and tech-heavy vehicles that cost less than a used Honda Civic. The delay of the affordable Tesla might go down as one of the biggest strategic blunders in automotive history. By the time Tesla finally releases a budget car, the market will already be saturated with third and fourth generation Chinese models that have better range, faster charging, and more integrated software. Tesla didn't just lose the lead, they gave the keys to the kingdom away while they were busy building a stainless steel truck. What do you think? Would you trade your Tesla for a Xiaomi or a BYD if they were available in the States? Or do you think the Chinese surge is a bubble? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're tracking the future of tech every week. Thanks for watching.